Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about variation number 12 of Rachmaninoff's Corelli variations. Variations 10, 11, 12, and 13 are all very upbeat, but variation 11 and 12 are marked as being in the same tempo. So within the group of four variations, these two are especially linked together. There is a lot to talk about in this variation. You're not going to be hearing the theme in its original glory very often. Instead, we'll just be looking for the harmonies, as always. Again, I can't say it enough. The staple harmonies of D minor, A major, C major, and F are all we need to look for when we get to these later variations that stray away a lot. So, let's see what's going on here. You'll see that we have two distinct voices going on. We have our left hand in octaves and my right hand in chords. If I play my left hand, you'll hear this new theme that Rachmaninoff has concocted just for this variation. Right? That's the theme. We're going to be focusing on that throughout the whole variation. One thing that I love about this is really grouped in 2 notes per group, but were written in 3 beats per measure. So you can feel the beat much more easily if I accent it every 3 notes. But it feels like it should be every 2 notes. Right? So it just gives this strange feeling. You don't really know what meter you're in. Rachmaninoff is going to do this about 3 times. The first time, only getting up to a D. The second time, he'll get all the way up to an F. Right? And then the third time, he'll start on an F. So he's just increasing the tension every single time. However, as always, we need to look at where we begin and end each of these utterances of melody. First one begins in D minor. That's good. We should be looking for an A major at the end of this. Ah, A major. Second time, D minor should be going to C major. Ah, C. Perfect. And now we should be expecting F major to be returning back to D minor. We start in F, but then he kind of strays away from there. So you can see how it's pretty much following the harmonic sequence of the theme, but, you know, it's Rachmaninoff, so he's going to develop it as it goes along. Now let's talk about our right hand. I've always mentioned how this piece is highly chromatic, and he likes to figure out different ways of using that chromatic scale. If I play just the right hand, you'll hear lots of chromatic lines. It's all very, very chromatic. The melody moving up in a chromatic scale, the inner notes weaving chromatically, and it just makes for a great juxtaposition to these octaves down here. So this gives us our harmony, and this gives us our melody, and together they make an amazing variation. The other thing that's really great about this variation is Rachmaninoff puts these at odds with each other by alternating between them. So instead of instead of playing them at the same time, it's actually alternating. And it just makes this sound very raucous, a word I used in yesterday's video. That's the best word to use for these variations. I want to talk about what happens in the second half of the variation. I spoke about how the left hand starts on F, and then it goes somewhere else. Well, that somewhere else is really interesting. We'll play F here, ending on E, so a half step away. Then our right hand takes the melody on an E flat, so another half step. Ending on D. So we're really getting this. again, he's finding ways to use this chromatic scale. Then he gives us a little melody here in the right hand. It's very interesting melodic notes to use. And the harmonies that he uses are also interesting. It's just really, really chromatic and dissonant in this section. Now Rachmaninoff is going to take this C flat, turn it into a B natural, sounds the same, written differently, and then chromatically get us back to D minor just by moving up. And it's really great what he's doing with the left hand here. We have this that movement there in the left hand. And of course it's being alternated with the right hand, going between these harmonies. It's just very crunchy, and it's just really a great way to end the variation with this machine starting to slow down. So let's go ahead and play through all of variation number 12. This one's just a hoot to play, and I think it's just brilliant and lots of fun. So that is variation number 12. It's definitely full of lots of angst, but it's a lot of fun to play, and it's dark, very, very dark variation. So come back tomorrow, we'll conclude the first half of the piece with variation number 13, the last of these fast variations before the reset in the whole piece. So I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.